Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of Pony 411. This is episode 189 for the week of July 23rd. I am Alca7raz, and with me is Nemesis.
Hey there!
Yeah, so this is first week back from TrotCon.
Yeah.
Yeah, and because of that, we have quite the amount of things to get through. It's a lot of news. But other than the news, we're also going to talk a little bit about TrotCon, because we didn't do our final update there. We'll talk a little bit of last day. We've got a comic to talk about. 2 comics, actually, to talk about, because we didn't talk about them at TrotCon. And we're also going to go over our Season 7 list, basically what we thought of what we have so far, where we rank the episodes.
At the almost halfway point.
Yeah, because we're just going to ignore the Australian aired episodes for now.
We'll get to those in 2 weeks.
When that happens, that's going to be fun. But yes, we have those, and we also got a little bit of fan content to go through, so let's get started with this massive list of news. If you would like to follow along, and I highly recommend you do, you can find our show notes at pony411.libsyn.com/show notes. Remember, that's LIBSYN. Go there, click the link for this episode, and let's get into this. Nightmare Nights has announced Lauren Faust.
Whoa!
Yes, Lauren will be there in Texas. So that's a thing. BronyCon has also announced their musician lineup, officially with an actual blog post with lists so you can actually see them, because they were doing putting videos out
Second
or something
verse,
like that.
much like the first.
Yep, and yeah, it is a lot of the people mainstays who've been there before. Comment on that as you wish. And Hasbro has announced a set of My Little Pony Dungeons & Dragon dice that will be exclusive at HasCon if you want to spend over $600 or whatnot to get everything.
You don't have to spend $600 for the dice, I believe. But
No, but
it's still expensive.
It's still super expensive to get.
Honestly, they're all of a sudden giving out a bunch of discounts lately.
Yes, save $20.
Ooh, $20.
Ooh, $20.
When the price is already $100 something.
Yeah.
That's the thing people point out that Hasbro just seems to think they have to run this like the normal business convention, which do cost a lot of money, but the thing is a lot of the people going to the business conventions are being,
they're being paid to go there.
Yeah, the business they belong to is paying for it, not them.
Yeah.
And they Hasbro forgot that.
Possibly.
Or got super greedy. One of the two.
One of the two. Not entirely certain which. Anyway, out of convention news, onto fandom stuff. NIA Path of Light has posted another short teaser video. They are still alive. Legends of Equestria has released a bit more info regarding that attack on their servers. It appears that the attackers were going after the game files and not user data, but user data, like login info, was still available to them and could have been taken. So,
right.
Still, yes, make sure you change, if you use that password for anywhere else, change your passwords there.
And stop doing that.
Yeah, and don't use the same password for every place, though a lot of people do. But yeah, that looks like what they were going after, is trying to get game data maybe to run private servers or whatnot.
Or because they're impatient.
Or because they're impatient. Could be both. Which, I mean, you still have to run your own private server.
I got one guy who ran Valve for Half-Life 2.
Yep. Another update to the Daydreaming Derpy demo is out. It's the Skulu update. A crowdfunding campaign is in progress to make a Fallout Equestria audiobook with professional voice actors. That's $26,000 or something.
Interesting.
Yeah, they're asking a fair amount of money because they actually want to hire professional voice actors.
Yeah, to
do it.
$26,000. They got just shy of 5,000 raised right now, and there's a month left in the crowdfunding.
Yep.
And
so that is
Indiegogo though. So.
Not Kickstarter.
Oh, no, wait. No, they're going to do the fixed goal. It has to at least make 26,000 or it'll fail.
Yeah. So
it's not flexible flex funding.
Yeah, so if they don't make it, then no one loses any money. But yeah. So that will definitely be interesting if they can pull it off.
Still need to read that.
Yeah, that's... How big is it now? Oh, I think this is one of the side stories.
I don't care about the side story. I just want to read
this? I can't remember if this was a side story or
no,
was
I think
this...
it says Fallout Equestria, the official audio book.
Okay, so it is the official one. So the book that's bigger than War and Peace, or what was it?
Yeah.
It's kind of daunting to get into now.
They even have a breakdown of why it costs so much and all this stuff. So that's nice.
Yep.
Any additional funding that they don't need will go to the International Physicians for the Prevention of Nuclear War.
That would be in fitting with the theme.
Yeah.
Good luck on that. If you would like to donate, you can go and donate. A new Flash-based pony OC creator is on DeviantArt.
Yeah, and this one's animated.
Yeah, it makes a little animated GIF, a little swish pony. I played with it. I recreated mine. They just did some updates on it to fix some UI bugs, so it's a little bit more usable than it was a couple days ago. But
hooray!
It's kind of neat. Looks better than Pony Creator. Not quite as many features, but still looks better than Pony Creator. And apparently a mock error message has been popping up for users on Xbox One that talks about ponies. It's one of those fake errors that shouldn't ever be shown that is somehow being shown. I'm not entirely certain how to trigger it.
Yeah.
Apparently someone who works in Microsoft in the Xbox department is a fan.
Well, yeah, I mean, the odds are like
well, yeah, the odds are pretty good, but it's kind of funny. They actually were able to get that one in there. Because those things do go through code review.
Yeah, I know. But it was supposed to be internal. That was supposed to be an internal only thing, not a...
And apparently it's no longer just internal. Unless, of course, someone faked it, but who knows?
Well, multiple people said they saw it.
Yeah.
Microsoft did comment on it.
Really? I didn't see that
They
part.
said that, they're going to remove it because you shouldn't see that.
You should, yeah, it's not something that's supposed to be seen. So yeah, that's kind of funny. Tales of Equestria, which is the officially licensed tabletop RPG game, has released a little mini-adventure for their game.
Yep.
A little free mini-adventure. It's supposed to be completed in like a couple hours, instead of the normal one, which can take like
months,
weeks or something like that, of sitting down
especially
and playing.
if you have a particularly obstinate player base.
Oh, yes.
Player group, I should say.
Target has some new exclusives under the Magic of Every Pony name, including a brushable and blind bag set, and the blind bag even includes Tempest. Yes, Tempest Shadow Blind Bag.
Edgelord.
Yes. Toys R Us also has a new exclusive brushable set called Friendship Festival, and that one's going to include stuff like Maud and Coco. Or Miss Pommel, I'm sorry. Because can't use Coco anymore.
Oh, hey, Hazard's Lawyers, how you doing?
Also, a Tempest Shadow brushable has appeared on eBay, so that should be showing up somewhere. Soon.
Ish.
It might be an exclusive somewhere, we're not certain yet. It's an eBay bit thing, so someone got it early. And another set of brushables has appeared on AliExpress, and these ones have some markings that other ones that we've mentioned don't have. Like little armband stuff that looks like part of a pirate set and things like that. So not entirely certain which set this is part of, but it's a different one. And Pinkie Pie is apparently now a Rubik's Cube. Yes, she's always been a bit puzzling. Now she's a literal puzzle.
I'm going to kill you for that.
And it was sitting waiting. But yes, there's an actual Rubik's Cube. It's a 2x2 Rubik's Cube, so it's one of the simple ones. It's just Pinkie's head on his little figure stand.
Shouldn't be too difficult to figure out.
Shouldn't be too difficult. Yes. A glittery Pinkie Pie Sea Pony figure plus gummy has appeared on Amazon, and this one has got a light-up base, like the vinyl scratch and stuff that had been con exclusives. So this one might be one of those.
This is an Amazon exclusive.
Well, those usually show up like the convention exclusives that show up later in stores.
It's been confirmed this is an Amazon
exclusive. It is an
exclusive.
Amazon exclusive, okay. Because it's like that vinyl scratch
I know.
Convention exclusive. Yes, that we both have one of those that lights up when you push the button. So, looks like that if you've seen those before.
Yeah, this one is confirmed an Amazon exclusive.
All right. Might be easier to get a hold of than trying to get it out of convention or Hasbro Toy Shop, whatever's left.
Hasbro Toy Shop's actually pretty easy.
Depends on how they did at the convention.
Yeah.
Moving on, the second wave of Sea Pony brushables has appeared on Amazon. A bunch of new movie line toys are now available or listed on Amazon, including another Sea Pony brushable set, not the one we just mentioned, it's one slightly different. The Singing and Pinkie Sky Star brushables. They stand on they're on little stands and stuff, so they're not like free standing ones. The Twilight and Spike duet figures, they sing when you put them together. And the big robot Twilight.
Beep boop.
Beep boop, yep. It is available. You can buy it now.
Yep, step aside, sweetie bot.
Twibot's here. And they are also available, most of those are available on the Hasbro Toy Shop with some additional playsets if you're into those. A couple commercials for the new toys have appeared, and they include some little clips from the movie in them. Yes.
Yeah, they're very, very short.
Yeah,
like,
they are super short.
Literally, like, blink, you'll miss them.
Like half second, 1 second.
Yeah, there's one who had a Pinky and Fluttershy sea ponies briefly swimming around.
Yeah, and I believe the other one is Rarity with a line of other sea ponies dancing in the water, and then Applejack grabbing her and pushing her aside.
Oh, no. Yep. Oh, it looked like they're in the conga line.
Yep. Sorta.
Because,
it could be a conga line.
Definitely, because there's another pony pushing Applejack.
Yep.
Sea pony.
Yay, conga lines. Can't resist a conga line. Right into the freezer. If you catch that reference. A very special episode.
Give it away.
I didn't say that. I didn't say it. It's just a heavy hinting. Anyway. Some new plushies and figures have appeared at San Diego Comic-Con this year, including a Songbird Serenade and a Tempest Shadow plush, and a Songbird-voiced figure, amongst other voiced figures as well, like a little button you push on their hip or whatnot, and they talk. And some of these appear to be various store exclusives, some like Walmart or Target or stuff like that, so we might have to go to multiple stores to get them all.
Oh no.
Oh no, we haven't been doing that already. So yes, be on the lookout for those. A promo image of the Twilight Sparkle Undersea Carriage toy has appeared.
Not really a promo image.
It's not really a promo. It's in one of those catalogs that comes packaged with other toys.
We knew about it, we just never saw it until it showed up in a catalog.
Yeah, it's in one of those little folded up pieces of paper things.
Which you have seen in some of our reviews.
Yes.
Except those are for Equestria Girls. But anyway,
yes.
Same basic concept though.
Yeah. And speaking of Equestria Girls, looks like we're going to be getting a beach and park themed Equestria Girls mini set soon.
I can't believe we're getting a beach episode.
We're getting a beach episode of Equestria Girls, or at least sets. We might not be getting a movie or whatever they plan on doing with Equestria Girls. But yes, we're getting a beach set.
Well, considering these are now the main way of selling Equestria Girls stuff, they're now going to be basing them vaguely, at least, off what happens in the specials, movies, whatever.
Yeah, maybe, although how many...
but it's still kind of interesting they're going there.
Pony toy lines have had nothing to do with the show.
So, like, the fact they're doing a beach episode, it's like... Really?
Apparently.
They're gonna do that? Or something? Or at least beach thing that's like... I'm not sure if I want to buy these.
Equestria Girls, the anime. It's a beach anime.
We're all weebs now.
Oh no. Oh no. Anyway. A new episode collection DVD titled Holiday Hearts is listed on Amazon. We have no idea what is on it. I mean, you could probably speculate based off the title.
I'll tell you one thing, it's on it, the cover.
Oh god, it uses these horrible stock vectors.
It's so bad.
It is
it's
bad.
literally Sweetie Belle.
It's just bad. But yeah, gonna be holiday themed, whatever it is. The Stormy Road to Canterlot book is up for pre-order on Amazon. This is the movie prequel book talking about Tempest and stuff.
All these prequels.
Why
can't it hold all these prequels?
Oh no. A new Equestria Girls DVD titled Magical Movie Night is up for pre-order on Amazon.
But it's finally up for pre-order because it's just the collection of 3 specials, which you knew about because they were the ones who gave us a big synopsis for all 3 specials in the first place.
Yes. It's now up for pre-order.
It's still only DVD. You may see Blu-ray, but if you try that, it will just snap you over to an older movie.
Yeah, which is really annoying how they have that set up.
It's also weird that they decided just DVD only for these ones.
Yeah.
Kind of annoying, too, because I've been buying them, and now I'm not going to buy this because I'm not going to buy DVD.
Why would we buy DVD if we can do Blu-ray? Well,
Gross.
Blu-ray players now. Well, some of us do. Most of us. I hesitate to even say most of us. But yes. Anyway. Another Ponyville Mysteries book, Riddle of the Rusty Horseshoe, is also available for pre-order on Amazon. And Pez has a new Twilight and Rainbow Dash dispenser available.
Customizable.
Yes, these ones aren't just the standard just heads on bubbles. They've got other little things on it too.
Mm-hmm.
So get your Pez Twidash.
No.
Yes.
Get Twilight. Ignore the other one.
No.
Ignore it.
No, get them both. They need to be together.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't.
Let me be trash.
No.
You get to be trash all the time.
Yeah, I know.
This is my chance.
No.
Disguise now has a listing for a Songbird Serenade costume.
It's interesting.
Like most of their costumes.
It's interesting. Let's just put it like that.
Yes. Apparently it's listed on Target, I believe that's what it was.
Target for pre-order.
Yep.
$25.
Yep. Various
Or
sizes,
children.
yes. It's children, but various
Do not try to
children.
squeeze into it, you weirdo.
You'll break it, most likely. Unless you have a childlike figure.
I do know someone who's very small.
I think we all know someone who's very small.
She could probably fit into one.
And yes, that's the merchandise. That's a lot of merch news. Holy crap. But we do have a little bit of comic news. The IDW October solicitations are up, and this time we have Friendship is Magic number 59. Its synopsis is, Pinkie Pie finds out a secret about Rainbow Dash. She hates pie. Will Pinkie be able to show Dash the wonders of pie, or will Dash turn the tables on her?
The jokes just write themselves.
Dash hates pie, and that's why Sora and Dash will never work.
Oh.
And that is my headcanon.
But if Pinkie teaches Dash to like pie...
It still won't work. I'll find some other way to make sure it doesn't work. It just won't work. I'm sorry. It's just not going to work. But yes, we also got Legends of Magic number 7. 7.
Mm-hmm.
And its synopsis is, you've met the most legendary ponies in Equestria's history. Now find out how they first came together to battle an unstoppable evil. Yes, all of them together.
Yeah. So I guess it might be that this miniseries might actually be a miniseries of comics, turns out.
Yeah.
So I mean they're just gonna stop doing 2 a month, or is they gonna replace it with something else, or what?
No clue.
I guess we'll find out with the their November solicitations.
Yeah. Speaking of November, apparently the collection of Legends of Magic 1 through 6 will be coming out as a one big bundle in November.
Why not?
Why 1 through 6 and not 1 through 7? I don't know, but that's what the
weird.
solicitation says.
That's really weird.
It is a little odd. Also, a treasury edition of the Ponies of Darkwater arc. All in one, it's like big treasury version.
Oh yeah, there's one of those.
It's a big collection with really cool Sarah Richards art on the cover. I really like that one.
Yeah, but
It's a bummer the arc wasn't as good as it could have been.
Yeah, I was gonna say, not greatest arc.
It wasn't the greatest, wasn't the worst, but it wasn't the greatest arc. But the cover is really cool for the Treasury Edition if you have a place to put a giant comic book. Anyway, into our last big chunk of news. In Friendship is Magic news, Kelly Sheridan and Rebecca Choquette are both nominated for a Behind the Voice Actors Award.
Mm-hmm. And yes, by the time you hear this should be announced. And hopefully, if all goes well, I'll be able to tell you who won, or if they won or not, right about here. Okay, so, yeah, Kelly Sheridan did not win the Best Female Vocal Performance in a Television Series in a supporting role. That actually went to Denise Oliver as Gwyneth in Looped. That was the staff choice. And to Jennifer Paz as Lapis Lazuli in Steven Universe for the People's Choice. But Rebecca Choquette did win the People's Choice in the Best Female Vocal Performance in a TV special / direct-to-DVD title, or short. But the official winner was Mackenzie Foy as the little girl in The Little Prince, whatever that is. So, yeah, one won the People's Choice and one did not. So, there you go.
Apparently, we're going to have a Fantastic Singer sometime in Season 8.
We already have Fantastic Singers.
I was about to say, we already have Fantastic Singers. I mean, one of them's even in a band as a lead singer.
Yeah.
Now, Ashley Ball is kind of a good singer as her normal thing outside of Pony. But I guess we're going to get another one?
Sure.
No clue who.
Lena Hall again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd be up for that. The third movie trailer that we were hearing about and waiting for just turned out to be a shortened version of everything we already knew.
Boo.
Boo. Don't get our hopes up.
Darn it, Germany.
The official international poster for the upcoming movie has been shown, has been revealed. Mm-hmm. And like the other ones, it doesn't have the right voice actors at the top.
No, but it looks prettier.
It looks pretty. It does look
Prettier.
good. Yes, the other ones did look good.
Yeah, but it looks better than the domestic poster.
And speaking of logos, a pirate logo version of the MLP movie logo, I'm saying a logo a lot, has appeared. Looks to be Chinese lettering. Not entirely certain where it appeared. It just kind of popped up, and I'm hoping it's not a fan-made one or something like that, because we honestly have no clue where it came from.
We do know pirate versions of them as toys are coming.
Yes. So, I mean, it looks legit, but I don't know. It's kind of interesting to look at. Oh boy, there was a panel at San Diego Comic-Con where the VAs talked a bit about the movie. They were going to talk about other things, but they decided to cut that for time and whatnot. There's some interesting tidbits. Equestria Daily had someone there doing like a play-by-play writing it up.
Yep.
A lot of goofing around happened,
Yep.
as expected. What other interesting tidbits?
Let's see. Oh, they showed a song or something. Yeah. They showed
Yeah.
a song from the movie. They showed another clip from the movie.
Apparently Storm King doesn't get a song.
No.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of stuff in there. Click the links like you should
And
be
the
going
Q&A
through.
portion, which is mostly children first. Mike shows why he's a terrible person.
Twilight Sparkle's least favorite.
Terrible person. I mean, he did write that one episode, too. This explains so much.
This explains so much. But yeah, it's interesting. Click the link. Go
Also,
to
a lot of
QD.
non-answers.
A lot of non-answers. And a lot of goofing around. And a lot of answers that are probably just joking.
Yeah, a lot of them are just straight up jokes. Suddenly, it's all of a sudden Sunset's Celestia's daughter.
Like
okay,
that.
Sure. Yeah.
I highly doubt that's not real. Also,
I highly
it's
doubt
Megan.
that's not real.
I highly... Yes. You knew what I meant to say. Also, remember, it's Megan. Do not believe her lies.
Megan and Mike.
Yes. Do not believe their lies. But yeah, there's some interesting and funny little tidbits, so go read that one. Moving on, looks like My Little Pony will be returning August 5th.
We know this for sure.
Yes, it is now officially confirmed August 5th.
Yeah. And
With
well,
2 episodes.
yeah, but more than that, they actually showed the schedule for the rest of the episodes for the month, too.
Yes, there's no breaks for that month. It is every weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, August 5th, 2 episodes.
Yep. The two
That everyone's already seen by now.
Almost everyone's probably seen already.
Yeah, that's going to be fun to deal with.
You can get those out of the way because we've been kind of not talking about those, even though you really do.
Yes. We also have a new promo video for the rest of the season. It's got little clips from upcoming episodes, which
And song.
and song. Yes, the song sounds pretty good. I can't wait for that one.
Uh-huh.
But yes, as seen in the end parts of the promo and as revealed in other places, apparently all the Legends of Magic characters, the primary characters and some secondary characters from the comic series, will be appearing in the show and apparently as the finale, from what I'm hearing.
That's what I'm hearing too. Yeah, all Legends of Magic stuff actually does tie into the finale.
Yes.
They're actually finally doing what I've been asking for.
They're directly tying at least one of the comic series into the show. It's not the main comic series, but yeah, Legends of Magic, all those old historical characters are going to be part of the finale.
Mm-hmm. In some way.
In some way. And it's a little bit interesting when you look at the title because, yes, we now have the remaining 3 titles. We haven't got them yet, and we now finally have them. The last 3 episodes and seasons are The Uncommon Bond.
Uncommon Bond.
Yeah, it's just Uncommon Bond, and the finale's Shadow Play Parts 1 and 2. Shadow.
Yep.
Which is, I wonder if they're making a connection with the main comic series with that one.
Yeah, I mean, they told us how it would tie into season 7, so kind of duh.
So yeah, we are getting Legends of Magic, the actual main series of comics, and the show all tying into this.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, this is interesting. And last little bit on season finale, it looks like it'll be written by Josh Haber and, I'm going to screw this last name up, Nicole Dubuque. I think that's how you pronounce that last name. I'm not entirely certain. But big credits on that one.
Yep.
Written a lot of things.
Yep.
So yes, but Haber's also writing.
Mixed feelings on that one.
Yeah, Haber's also writing that one. Hopefully they do well.
Because he wrote The Crystalling.
Yes.
He also wrote To Where and Back Again. And Cutie Remark.
I'm.
But he's also written some pretty good episodes.
Yes,
like Castlemania.
Written some very good ones. So.
Yeah, he wrote Castlemania. He wrote I'll help write Stranger Than Fan Fiction,
which was a great episode.
I'll say this: as long as they keep him away from the editor chair, I'm cool.
Well, it looks like he's a writer.
Well, right now, what we know of, if they put him back as story editor, that's not a good thing. He's not good at it. I'm gonna be honest. He's still good as a writer, not very good as an editor.
I'm gonna try and stay optimistic.
I'm just hoping Nicole reins him in. Or it's one of those situations he came up with the basic concept and she actually does the writing.
Maybe. We don't know. But apparently they both have the writing credits. Was it Mike that said that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mike
Vogel's one who talked about that one. So yeah, that is the news. That was a lot to go through. Out of the news, we did just get back from TrotCon. That was last week, and we didn't talk about the last little bit. The last day we were there on our update too, because we didn't really get a chance. There was some logistics stress going on with that last day, or getting home after the last day on Monday.
Yeah.
But we got that figured out. But yes. So Sunday. What did we do on Sunday? It's been like
we did a couple panels. We both attended different panels and whatnot. I went to one about, doing a convention.
Doing a convention, yes.
Actually, running it, not going to one.
Yeah.
And I got to hear some interesting stories about some of the weirder stuff that happens.
Weird stuff always happens at cons. A lot of it you don't get to hear about.
Or how one of them, who she helps run, they run Babs Con and help run it, and they had no idea it was even a My Little Pony convention when they went. they got on the they were like about to get on the plane to go there, and like, so what's Babs Con about anyway? They had no idea. They were hired to do the cosplay acting part. Then they're just, here's your script. And they had no idea they had no idea what the convention was about until afterwards, and they binge watched and are like the show now. So,
well, at least it turned out well in the end. It wasn't Kevin at that one too?
Yes, he was.
Yes, Kevin.
Because he runs.
He kind of helped run TrotCon.
He helps with the TrotCon Twitter account, so of course he knows to talk about the social media stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I went to the musicians panel, and that was fun, actually. It was very low turnout, surprisingly. They had the big room and barely anyone in it. It was basically just an extended Q&A on that one. And then something interesting happened.
Oh, yeah, that.
Someone set the fire alarm off.
Yeah. I heard it, and I just ignored it, and then I just went off to where the convention panel was, and, I mean, apparently they knew about it too, but they basically decided we're not going to go anywhere because we just started. We're not going to go anywhere until actually, someone comes and tells us to go somewhere.
You're not supposed to do that, by the way.
Yeah,
You're supposed to go outside.
Whatever. You're fine. It was just a microwave.
Someone put something in the microwave they weren't supposed to, or something like that. But yeah, we all got evacuated out in the parking lot. Yeah, a lot of us were out in the parking lot in the heat, humid heat.
Glad I didn't have to go out there.
Apparently, it kept going off in the artist hall. It just kept going off down there. They shut it off everywhere else, but it just kept going off. I kept hearing it down the hall. Yeah, that was fun. And then we went to one other one.
Yeah,
it was like the history of the fandom.
Yeah, that was
it. Didn't stay as structured as I think they wanted it to.
It kind of stayed structured for like 5 minutes and then fell apart.
It kind of derailed and kind of meandered.
It kind of derailed into, let's watch these old clips or watch old videos.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what happened.
And then they went over because no one else was after them.
Yeah. So we just bailed out.
Yeah.
We were kind of like losing interest, and I was like, let's get out of here.
It started to collapse too. I mean, everyone started having conversations in the audience and stuff like that. It wasn't the worst I've seen, but it just didn't hold as well as it was. I think they expected it to.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then closing ceremonies.
Yeah.
Oh yes, and something very special happened during closing ceremonies.
Oh yeah, there's that. Before that though, they did also announce that yes, they are coming back next year.
Yes, and they announced their theme.
Under the Sea.
Under the Sea.
By coincidence.
Yes,
that was coincidence.
They've had these things planned for a while before the movie thing. Yep, but hey, it works for them.
Yep. And yeah, there was a proposal. That was pretty nice.
There was a proposal, and he said yes.
Yep.
That was great.
So yeah. Overall though, TrotCon was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun.
We neither of us really did a whole lot of panels personally, just because. Well, went to a lot of panels personally, just because we
had our own to deal with.
Yeah, we were busy those first 2 days. Particularly me, just setting up, and it's like like last month or so, I've been setting up for that, and you probably see me on Twitter talking about it and stuff. But kind of a little stressful, but a lot of fun. Particularly the beginning part is just kind of like you sit down, and it's like you're going in expecting, if you're lucky, 10 people.
You had almost a packed room.
I pretty much had almost packed room.
I think my first count near the beginning of it, because I was in there as well, was like 38 people.
Yeah, it was a packed room pretty much, and I was like, oh boy, this was way more than I was expecting for this stupid thing.
Yeah,
This many people came out to listen to my stupid nonsense. Oh no.
Yeah, you also drew like all the good straws for scheduling.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure that's what happened. Was more or less, it was just people were like, oh, that looks like interesting. There's nothing else anyway.
Yeah, and there was, because all the other rooms, there was like no other panel rooms open.
Yeah,
because of the hotel screwed up the schedule.
So I just basically like, well, everyone else is like, okay, fine, I'll do this, and it's like, oh, hey,
there's a lot of people here.
So I wish I had a recording of it, but I don't. But it was basically I talked about timeline stuff with Xard in the show, and I think it went pretty well.
You did a pretty good job.
I was a little nervous at the beginning because, oh god, there's way more people than I thought there'd be, but I managed to keep my cool somewhat and pulled through, and
you did all right.
I relaxed after about halfway through. I started to relax a bit.
Yeah, you did better than that one we saw at BronyCon.
Oh yeah,
you did better than that. So
yeah.
you did.
Oh, that was the one there where the guy just kind of.
He just kind of started rambling on and mainly just started talking about his own projects. It was basically like plugging his own project.
I mean, yeah. After about I think 40-something minute mark, I mean, I got to the end of my presentation, so the rest of it was just kind of me and the audience talking about random
stuff, which is fine.
Yeah, it's
you
fine.
Already got through your presentation.
I got through my presentation. I mean, the audience did interact during the whole thing, and then later on, people actually were telling me, "No, you did a good job."
Yeah,
and I'm like. Oh, okay.
You did
and I found out people. There's a thread about it.
Yeah, we were told.
TrotCon, and I brought up because it's like, oh boy.
Yeah, we were told about that one. Kevin told us about that one.
Yeah, so that was a thing.
Yeah, all in all, it was fun. It was different. It was definitely a different convention than say Everfree.
Yeah, it's smaller.
Smaller. Also, our what we did was different because we were in a different position that time.
Yeah, I mean, we also did our live podcast, which you heard the audio. Yeah, I'm sorry, but that's the best.
That's the best we could do. That's just what we had to work with.
Yeah, we hoped we could plug our little box into their system, but it just wasn't going to work out. We didn't have the right cables, and
yeah,
such is life. If I'd known, I would have brought my own. I brought an XLR cable, and
another microphone.
Yeah. Well,
2 microphones and 3 people. Just this.
Well, it still wouldn't work because they only have 2 inputs. We had to do.
Well, no, I mean we could have used their system with 3 microphones would have even helped.
2 XLR cables, but whatever. Such is life.
Such is life. We did the best we could under the circumstances.
XLR, but it's 1/4 inch, whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway,
whichever works.
It worked out. We had a much smaller audience. I mean, apparently that was a lot of things. I was hearing a lot of panels. Like I had like 10 people or 5 people.
It was. A lot of people congregated to like 1 or 2 panels.
Yeah.
A lot of those suffered for it. Like our podcast, we went up against Pony Jeopardy.
Yeah, Pony Jeopardy
and the VA. It was the writers panel.
Was it the VA? I thought writers were the other one.
I thought not.
I thought we went against the writers when you were on My Little Robin's panel, and it was VAs when we did our panel.
No, I think it was one of those the other one. There was a voice acting panel, but wasn't the VAs.
No, I remember because there was a voice acting panel, and I'm pretty sure.
I think it was I don't think it was the VAs, but it was a voice acting panel, followed by.
I could have sworn it
by
was
Larson and Barrow.
I could have sworn it was a panel about voice acting, and then the voice actors actually did a panel about themselves. I guess.
No, I think afterwards. I thought that was Larson and Barrow after the voice acting.
Either
way, we were put up against a lot of other things.
The big guest twice.
And apparently the Pony Jeopardy
it was a big deal.
Was like packed.
Yeah.
So
we didn't have a whole lot.
We just got the short end of the stick.
Scheduling was kind of didn't work out in our favor that time.
Yeah.
I got really lucky with my first panel, so then that made me get my hopes up.
Yeah. But hey, less people were staring at me.
Yeah. So I guess for him, if we had a packed room, I'm pretty sure you were just frozen up.
I think it would have been okay. I mean, I did okay on Robin's panel.
We were often. Yeah.
That
was still like 6 people in there.
There was more than 6 people.
Not that many.
Maybe 10. Anyway, yeah, it was a lot of fun. It'd be cool to do it again.
Yeah.
But we'll see. We'll see what happens in the future.
Yeah, because if I ever do it again, I'm going to have to not change things the last second. And
at least you weren't editing it on the plane.
Yeah, that would have been bad.
So I guess we do have other things to talk about and a limited time to do it, so let's just jump over to other things. We got some comics to talk about, 2 of them. So
time limit's out the window now. I might as well go for it. We're going to go over no matter what we do now.
Yeah, I don't want to too much over. Let's go.
Anyway, first comic, yes, this is an old one. We were supposed to get to it, but mail delivery didn't get to it immediately. They actually took a while to actually get to me.
Yeah, mine has. I've been told it was gonna ship.
Mine
but
didn't
hasn't
show up
even
till
yet.
the Thursday we left for TrotCon, so I never saw it.
Yeah.
But Legends of Magic number 4. This one is written by Jeremy Whitley with art by Brenda Hickey and colors by Heather Breckel. She does a lot of the coloring.
She's a good colorist.
Yeah, she's also a good artist. It opens with Sunburst being visited by Starlight, and she... Wow. Yeah, we'll get to that in a bit. And he reads her the story of Flash Magnus, who was a soldier back in the Pegasus Nation and whatnot, and they had to go take out a massive storm that was accidentally created, and they run into Griffins who thinks it was an intentional weapon being made, and then they have to save a village, a Griffin village. And that's how it goes. It's good. It's got good art like normal. The story's like, it's fine.
It's fine.
It's nothing particularly great. It's not bad.
It's fine.
It's fine. It's enjoyable, but it's nothing. There's nothing really stands out about it. The story itself, anyway.
It's great, but we're not doing any cartwheels.
No, not great. I wouldn't even
Not
say
sorry.
great. It's readable. It's enjoyable. It's just nothing. There's nothing particularly good about it, but there's nothing really bad about it either. It's just kind of very basic in a sense.
It's one of those someone reminds you about it and go, oh yeah, I guess that one was pretty good. But you don't think about it otherwise afterwards.
I guess that's the thing. It's a thing that happened.
Other than that opening.
There's a thing. Starlight. This is not even me being me. This Starlight is just acts like a horrible person in the beginning.
Yeah, it's not even up. It's like, we haven't even seen this in the show. It's just like, well, maybe when she was evil, but wow.
Yeah, it's like,
wow.
So, you call Sunburst your friend, huh?
Wow.
Yeah, she's acts demanding, and
I would honestly say that's out of character for her from what we see from her in the show now.
Yeah.
That's just like, wow.
And it's just another reason, just chuck up another reason not like Starlight, I guess.
Remember though, this is B canon.
Is it?
Technically,
is it? It's Legends of Magic.
I know, but technically, it's still
Legends
a
of
comic.
Magic comics are no longer B canon; they're now A canon because they tie directly into the show.
Except the show can still overwrite individual points. It's still not as high.
I'm still gonna put the Legends of Magic into B.
That's just because
canon.
you want to have something else to check against Starlight.
Yeah, she's not great. I'm wondering if Jeremy Whitley doesn't have a high opinion of Starlight.
I'm wondering that too, because holy crap.
Yeah, because she's not a good person in that beginning.
And there are words we wish to use that we can't use on the podcast.
Yeah, she's demanding, bossy, rude.
Yeah.
It's not great, and Sunburst just takes it.
Yeah.
It does end with them like, Star Trek shipper is upset now. So yeah, I guess it's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine.
For the $4,
It's $4.
I mean, I guess just for the sake of it ties in the finale. So I guess if you might
Flash.
as well.
And that isn't that Flash.
Flash Magnus. He can't deal with it right now. He's just a soldier. He's not worthy.
I wonder if that's what Flash Sentry was named after.
What?
Flash Magnus, Flash Sentry?
Yeah, I guess.
I'm wondering if that's what Flash Sentry's parents named him after.
I don't know.
The famous Pegasus.
Sure, why not?
Warrior.
Whatever.
It makes sense.
I guess didn't help him at all.
I don't know, he got into the guard. Although apparently that doesn't take much. Look at some of the guards.
Yeah, all things considered. Anyway, other issue though. Friendships Magic number 56. Part of the main line. Part 2 of the, Dragons versus Yaks thing. Written by Christina Rice, art by Agnes Garboska, and colors by Heather Breckel. Again. Yeah, so it opens up, they're, all huddled up in the cave because, the dragons attacked and trying to figure out a way why the dragons are doing this and how to, counter them. And, let's see, Pony's committed a bunch of microaggressions against Spike. And Spike gets upset, and he goes off to talk to the dragons and tries to find out what's going on. And well, Ember explains it's about some old thing that happened, and again with the dragons and the Yaks broke some ancient bond and trust thing. And yeah, they're all prepared to go to fight each other. This was kind of disappointing.
That's about the word I was going to describe it as too. It's like, oh.
Basically, in this issue, the problem is everyone's an idiot.
Everyone's an idiot. Well, I think this should have been a three-parter. I wanted to see more fighting.
Yeah.
The ending was anticlimactic.
Yeah, it's
at best.
It doesn't. Yeah, that's the problem. It's like, wait, that's why they're fighting? Really?
It's kind of a. Really? That's why?
That's kind of dumb. That's a really dumb reason to fight. And then the whole weird thing of like this whole thing about all the ponies being kind of racist against Spike.
Kind of racist. I mean, really. I mean, it's good to, bring things up so you can talk about them. But, I mean, was that kind of half-assed?
Yeah, it's kind of weird. It's just a weird issue. Like,
it is. It's not what I was wanting.
Yeah,
it's not the worst I've seen, but it's not.
Yeah, I'm just not really buying these characters behaving this way.
I wanted a better reason to fight, and I wanted to see a bit more fighting.
Yeah, it's just weird.
Yeah. I would have preferred like a three-parter with a better reasoning.
Yeah. So after that, I mean,
scene.
we kind of like the first half of the second. That's like,
and
so
the second half is like, oh.
I guess if you're already invested, I guess sure, see how it ends. But if you didn't invest in 55 yet, honestly, skip.
Yeah, it sucks. I wanted better.
Yeah, just honestly, yeah. If you haven't invested in 55 yet, just skip them both. It's not worth it, really. You just get it. 55 will get you all caught up, and oh hey, this is pretty interesting. 56 will just disappoint you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So unfortunately, yeah, that's just skip them both because one is enjoyable, but it will just lead to the inevitable second half. So don't.
Unless it's still only $4.
Yeah,
really.
But that means $8 for the two.
It depends on how much that money means to you.
If you're already bought the first one, you might as well.
Yeah.
If you've already got 55, you might as well. But you're probably going to be disappointed as we were. I don't know. Maybe you'll like it.
You might. I don't know. Everyone's different.
I just feel like the reasoning was just weird.
It was weird, and I also was expecting a bigger fight.
Yeah.
I wanted to see more action.
Yeah. I mean.
Also, there's like that one panel that it might get Spit Dash shippers happy. There's one little panel, see them in the background smiling at each other. It's like,
no.
Oh my.
Oh no.
Oh yes.
Oh no.
So yeah, I guess that's the comics.
Yep, that's the comics.
So, our actual main discussion, finally.
Well, this all been our main discussion, it's fine.
Yeah. We're going to attempt to sum up our thoughts of what we've seen on Season 7 so far, and basically do our standard, let's go through and order
what has
our
aired in the
episodes.
U.S. so far.
We're going to... We know and we've seen the other 2 episodes that have aired. We're not going to talk about them until their U.S. release.
Which will mean 2 weeks.
Which will be at the same time.
Yeah, which will mean 2 weeks.
Yes.
So we'll get there.
We will get there. But we will go through the first 11 episodes that have already aired.
Mm-hmm.
I guess we're just going to try and rank them like we normally do.
Yeah, rank them. And Season 7 so far, I guess.
It's kind of interesting trying to rank these.
Yeah.
Overall, I haven't been horribly disappointed like I have in some other ones. We haven't had a lot of super low episodes, I don't think.
No.
Like the past seasons, we've been able to point to like 2 or 3 really low episodes. But this one, not as many.
Yeah.
But there also hasn't been quite as many, super high points yet. Yet. We'll get there in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, and one thing, like you and I talking about earlier, before that we started recording, this is interesting. A lot of these episodes that had really good points to it had really not good points to it as well.
This
so it's
is
like
true.
It's weird.
A lot of mixed bags. So
we get these
like
middle of the road episodes that aren't like super like, yes, this is really something we've been waiting for and it was really awesome. But they also didn't have any, that was like really not done well. It was just like, yeah, this one's all right. Yeah, this one's all right. This one's all right. And then we get these, this had this really awesome part that was countered with another really not awesome in the middle of it. So it's like, how do you handle that?
Yeah. And I guess at that point you just have to decide if the good parts are enough to bring it up for you, bring it up or bring it down, or bring it up for you, and if the bad parts are enough to bring it down for you and stuff like that.
Yeah, and that's
a weird thing.
And because of that, it's going to be completely different for some other people.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I've seen how many people say such and such is the best episode of the season so far.
Yeah, like if like there's one particular episode in here that I have lower on the list that I know a lot of people are going to have like super high, like top of the list.
Yeah.
But it's simply just because of a personal preference.
Yeah. I will say
there's going to be a lot of that.
I will say that season 7 is overall so far, I think, better than season 6 was doing, except for that one standout episode. Season 6 was, looking back on season 6, a lot about it was just kind of disappointing. I mean, between a lot of new writers who weren't quite ready yet, in my opinion.
Just getting used to
Haber
things.
wasn't a great story editor. Just a lot of weird things. Starlight.
Yeah, dealing with Starlight. That was probably the biggest thing.
I mean, the cratering of Starlight going from dislike to hatred. That was just kind of like
all in one episode.
Yeah,
everything was helping that, but there's one big episode.
I remember because before that episode was basically like it's kind of like seeing Starlight episode was kind of the same as seeing a Dash episode. It's like okay, fine, whatever, just go. And now it's like oh. After that episode, it's like, ugh. So this season has kind of been better. Season 6, I'm actually going to say, is probably overall one of the weaker seasons of the show so far. Season 7 has been an improvement.
Yes,
even with the new writers, seem to have kind of caught on better.
They've found their
I think part of it's also
like
possibly Sonko and Lewis, as a story editors, are kind of helping out a lot better. They seem to have a better understanding of the world,
grasp, a good
the world in general, so they're able to guide the new writers a lot better than possibly Haber could. Haber is a decent writer in of his own right. It just don't let him near the editor's chair, and everything will be fine. He's kind of like Lucas in that way, is that he needs someone over him to kind of guide him every once in a while.
Yeah. And George Lucas.
Yeah, George Lucas, when you have someone else guiding him along, you get the original trilogy.
The original Star Wars.
But when you get him with no one telling him yes or no.
You get the prequel.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I'm saying is, it's not quite as extreme as that, but it's kind of the same sort of idea. It's just he needs, and yes, I know they technically always have Hasbro, but they always also say Hasbro's pretty hands-off for the most part.
Yeah, Hasbro's got a lot of things to handle. They can't be as one-on-one and really
so
involved.
I suspect, but story editor, Sonko and Lewis' story editors have actually been a boon to this show, and hopefully maybe they'll continue on season 8 if, let's say, Meg McCarthy, now that she's off the movie, can come back. I don't know.
That would be kind of cool.
That'd be nice, but
I would really like to see Megan.
I think she's lately been focusing on that one new show they're doing.
Yeah, because Megan's also got a large amount on her plate.
She does all the little stuff, I remember.
Yeah, she's not just one show. She does a lot of things
But
now.
she still is involved, obviously.
She is involved, but, I mean, it's not her sole focus.
We'll see what happens, but... hopefully, if anything, Sonko and Lewis can continue on with season 8 as the story editors, because so far I think they've been doing actually a pretty good job of that.
Yes, I would agree. So far, ordering this was tough for me, because, like, the majority of these, like, I can think maybe 3 episodes out of all of these are solid in their place, and the rest of them you could fluctuate, and I wouldn't say you're wrong, and you could easily sway me either way. And maybe tomorrow I would even disagree on my own list. Like every time I look through my list, I reorder it a little. So it's going to be a little bit tough. But let's try anyway, because when has tough ever stopped us?
Right. All the time, actually.
All the time. You just don't ever hear about it. Hey. So sampling biases. Yeah. Woo. So I guess let's just start on our lists. And as usual, we will start from the bottom. We will start from our least favorite.
Yep.
And go to our most favorite. And I guess because I'm leading, I guess I'll start. Or do you want to start?
Usually it's the leader goes last.
Leader goes last.
That's what we've been doing.
So you take it first.
Yeah, sure, why not? Okay, number 11. That's, because there's 11 episodes I've aired so far. Shut up. Number 11, the bottom of the list, I put All Bottled Up.
And I agree.
Yeah, the thing, this had 2 strikes against it. Number 1, Starlight. Number 2, Trixie was awful.
Oh, yeah. Trixie, I had started to warm up a little bit to Trixie.
Same here. I was warming up to her. I said season 6 finale was kind of salvaged by Trixie.
Yeah, Trixie was decent in that one, but this one, she was just...
awful.
Annoying.
Yeah, she was
just
bad.
I mean, not only was it... I didn't like Trixie in this. I don't like Starlight, although Starlight herself didn't do anything one way or another, just in her own mannerisms. I just don't like her that much.
Yeah, Starlight's
but Trixie was just too much. But I also didn't like what they did with magic.
Yeah, the magic stuff is
the magic in that was just, wait, what? You totally just screwed everything up.
Because it really did feel like a clumsy attempt to try to explain away Starlight and then just making more questions.
Yeah, I just did not like
I know
how
I've
they
praised
handled that
Sonko and
one.
Lewis before, but this time they kind of think they messed up a little bit.
Yeah.
It was Starlight's a boring character, even taking away all the crap that she's saddled with now. Yes, I know. Yeah, even take away all the really bad things around her and stuff and how they've been handling her. Just the personality is kind of boring in general, in my opinion. So, yeah, you got that. Then you got Trixie just being an awful, annoying, screechy... Well, not screechy, but awful,
Not
annoying...
screechy, but yeah.
Awful, annoying person. Just...
I would say it was out of character for Trixie.
I would not say that. This is not necessarily out of character per se, but it's...
Pre-season 1.
Pre-season 1.
Like, before her... Like, what she acted before she started learning things.
Yeah.
In season 1.
Sure. This is... But this is Trixie taken to a really not great extreme regarding her... nasty, negative character traits.
Yeah.
And it's not that great. And then they mess with magic in a weird way that's like, what?
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it was...
Yeah, and just the visual thing of, oh, hey, yeah, here's her anger just represented as a red cloud, even though it's never happened before.
Yeah.
It has not happened since.
I think the only good part about this episode was the slight little bits we saw of the main 6.
Yeah,
and had a great song.
That's pretty much it. I mean,
had
beyond
a great
that, it's just
song.
kind of,
But they were only in there for little clips and were not the main thing.
Yeah, so I remember when we first talked about this episode way back when we were like, we had that. This is a weird mixed bag. It's like, yeah, it's not actually, it's not great.
It's not great.
Except for the main 6 stuff.
Other than the main 6 stuff, I would actually say this is one that I didn't actually enjoy
that much.
It was just not all that enjoy. And overall, I would say I didn't really enjoy it. Yeah. I wouldn't want to go back and watch it again.
Yeah. Well,
the rest of them have, I think, redeemable stuff.
So far, there's only been one episode ever in the entire show where I would actually say I don't ever want to watch it again. But even the ones I don't like, I
definitely wouldn't seek this one out again. Yeah, it just was not enjoyable.
Like, that's one of those, if I ever rewatch a show, there's one I will say, I will have to sit there and like, do I really want to watch this again, or should I just go ahead and skip it?
Every little thing she does.
Yeah, I mean, even other episodes I don't like, for example, Spike at Your Service, I will like, yeah, I'll still watch it again. Or Princess Spike, or what about Discord? I'll still like, yeah, I'll watch it again.
Yeah.
But that one is like, this one I'll I'll still go, yeah, I'll probably watch it again, whatever.
If I won't seek it out. I won't purposely go watch it, but if it shows up or whatnot, or if I'm having to rewatch a whole season, it just was not that enjoyable. Other than the song and the main 6 points, it was just
Yeah. So I guess since we have the same thing,
we have the same number 11. So number 10 for you.
Number 10. This I put not asking for trouble.
Not asking for trouble.
Yeah, I put it down here. Way back when we said outside, this is kind of the season's Applejack's Day Off in a sense, and I'm sticking by that. So yeah, it's still kind of low for me. I wasn't super thrilled with it. It's not necessarily bad per se. It's just I just found it kind of So it's just, that's why it's so down. It's not all bottled up where it's just a lot to dislike about it. It's just kind of a, okay, yeah, it's there kind of episode.
Yeah. And this is the line after this point where I said everything else can like move.
Yeah.
I said there's 3 that were permanent. That last one was the one below. We're now into the episodes where they can fluctuate, and I wouldn't disagree. I put Celestial Advice.
Ooh.
I told you this one was low. Because I just can't get over the fact that the rug got pulled out from us so hard. It seemed almost purposeful. And this one sucks for me, putting it so low, because it had some great points in it. But I also, like I said, this and like the next, I don't know, 6 or 7 can all fluctuate, and I wouldn't say you're wrong. That's how close these are all together. So I can't say this one's, super low than the rest of them. Just so think like there's a huge gap between this one and the last one. But yeah, it was just, it felt like, hey, there's a lot of really great points in it. We got Celestia and Twilight together, and that was great, but it felt like it was this huge lead up just to flip a middle finger off at the rest of us. That's what it felt like, and I just can't get over that. Just like, really, that felt purposeful. That really kind of felt purposeful thinking back on it. So that's why it kind of got pushed down a bit.
Right, okay. Right, so my number 9 was Honest Apple. And the reason for that is, again, it's not to the extent of the last one, but it is kind of on one of those episodes where there is a couple things wrong with it. It's Applejack, but it's got a lot of good points in it. There's the new designer characters. Some of those were kind of interesting. The gothic designer, the very
Pinky Rose was best.
Valley Girl, the future guy, and Rarity shredding. That was a pretty awesome little scene. So it was a lot of good points about it. There were some little things, there's that weird thing about this kind of feels like a little pointed a little bit at some people in the fandom with the regarding Strawberry Sunrise or whatever, Applejack, about oh hey, yeah, here's your opinion. Yeah, opinions are fine and all, but you're kind of sharing it badly. So that it was a fine episode. It's one of those. I think we're at the point of it's not necessarily because it's worse or anything. It's just there's some better.
Yeah, it was a good episode. It was decent, I think. But anyway, my number 9, rock solid friendship. Pinky was annoying, but Starlight wasn't actually bad, and Maud was actually really good. So but Pinky was just, I think, too much. And this one, which is why it got pushed down for me. It was just too much Pinky, and that can start to grate on me.
Too many Pinky pies.
Actually, that was actually decent. That was a good one.
I like that
but this one, it was Pinky taken too far, I think. I think they just...
Much like Trixie taken too far. Except
not quite as bad as they did that one. But yeah, it's Pinky's personality, that super hyper stuff can grate on me a bit. Just it clashes, and when they take it quite that over that they did, it just got lowered. But everything else was decent about that, and Starlight wasn't bad. So I kind of give props there. But yeah, that's why this one got pushed down a little bit farther.
Right. So yeah, I put at number 8. This is where I put rock solid friendship. It was just slightly above yours. Kind of the same reasons. Pinky was really not so great in this episode. The one part, honestly, she did well was the bit where she was waking up. That one face she made was like the best face ever, where she's just kind of sleeping with her hooves up, held up, and then just kind of eyes pop open. Like, a lot of us got a lot of mileage out of that face.
Yep.
But I will disagree about Starlight not being so bad, just because it's Starlight, and I said before, she's at best boring, and so, again, she's kind of boring.
Yes, but she wasn't an active detriment.
Well...
So, I mean...
Anyway, gonna get past that. The thing is, this is kind of another this is another check mark for a long-running problem with her, which is... She doesn't interact with the main 6 often, and when she does, it's often kind of antagonistic, and it's no exception. Even with Pinky, yes, I know Pinky was being annoying, but it's still like, oh, hey, Starlight's interacting with Pinky, and it's a little antagonistic, in that sense that she just wants Pinky to go away. And Maud came back, which was nice and all, but so that was nice, but, I don't know, I kind of felt where there's kind of a weird that let's form a connection between them because of...
Yeah, it did feel a little forced.
That we need to show Starlight how great Starlight is again. So let's use a popular character to do so.
All right.
So there's that.
And that was your number
8.
My number 8, I actually put Forever Philly.
Wow.
I'm not a Rarity fan. I'm sorry, I'm not a Rarity fan. I mean, it wasn't a bad episode. Like I said, like these last 3 that I've mentioned can be swapped around, and I wouldn't argue against you. That's how close all of these are. It isn't until you get to like my top 1 and 2 that I would say, now I want these ones here. But the rest of these you can move. So even Celestial Advice you could bring up, and I wouldn't say you're wrong. So don't think I put these down because I really don't like them. It's really tough to place them. But yeah, I'm not a Rarity fan. It was endearing, but okay, all right.
Right.
That's pretty much how it's Rarity. Tabitha did an amazing job, but okay. I'm just not a huge fan of Rarity.
Right.
She did a great job. It's just not my thing.
Right. So I put it number 7. I put Fluttershy Leans In.
So did I.
Oh, how about that? We managed to do that. I think this is one of those. I think we said we liked it more than a lot of fans did. I know a lot of fans declared this one boring.
I mean, it wasn't super energetic, but
Yeah.
I
think
it's just
this is just kind of winds up being leveled down and slow, just because again, it really isn't a whole lot to happen to it. I mean, I still enjoyed it, but there isn't really a lot to it.
Exactly. It's like
And
it was great.
kind of really the only reason to lose points is really just because there isn't a lot to it. It's a pretty straightforward,
It's
very
simple,
very mellow episode.
yeah, which isn't bad. It's just
But
other things can kind of get ahead of it.
yeah, that's literally the only reason. It's like literally just because other things just have some really awesome things in them. And so it's still, I think, an enjoyable episode, and there's a lot of good stuff in it. I did like the beginning with the vet and everything, and
We finally got giraffes.
it was also nice that it was finally a Fluttershy episode that wasn't just centered on the fact she needs to be more assertive.
She not learning how to be more assertive. She already was. She was immediately exercising it. So that's good.
So that it's in that sense, it's nice because of that.
Yeah.
Because it's finally they finally kind of broke out of that I guess prison they put themselves in with Fluttershy episodes.
Yeah.
The cage, I should say.
Cage.
They put themselves in that cage regarding putting up Fluttershy. It's like always winds up being Fluttershy learns to be more assertive. And they finally got away from that, and then all the fandom complained.
Yeah, it's just like, really? We
finally get away from something
this is character growth. This is good. This isn't bad. This is
the fans
good.
like, no,
but
this
it's
is boring.
also there wasn't. I mean, they say it's boring, and we're kind of saying we're not entirely disagreeing because we're saying there isn't a huge amount going on. There wasn't a huge amount going on. I wouldn't say it's to the point of being boring, but yeah, there wasn't a huge amount to it. It was good, but
there you go.
Yeah, that's number 7.
Number 6.
Halfway.
Yeah,
this is our halfway point.
That's where I put Celestial Advice, actually.
That's where you put the...
This is only because, I do have a lot of criticisms with this episode, but because I got a lot of Twilight and Celestia interaction, that was enough to bring it up this high.
Yeah, I think it's just because I don't waifu Twilight like you do. It's not as big for me. But, like I said earlier, it really all depends on your personal preferences with this one.
Thanks for the memories at the top of list, season 5 list. Jeez.
I will still hold by that one. That one was great.
Because you waifu dash so hard.
Darn straight.
But anyway, yeah, Celestia is for me because this is something I've been wanting. I wanted more Twilight and Celestia, like actually deeper interaction between the two, because mostly it's just Twilight looks for advice, and that's it. And as we kind of get 1 or 2 lines, and then Celestia wanders off to eat cake or whatever, and then or just Celestia admonishes Twilight because she screwed up on something, or supposedly screwed up on something, in some cases, but this is finally we actually get meaningful interaction. This is our first time we really got to see more about Celestia.
Mm-hmm.
Like we saw that she and Twilight do have some things in common.
Yeah, like stressing out and kind of things,
pacing back and forth and getting worked up about stuff that it kind of is inconsequential. But yeah, it does have the problem of it does build up to a very the concept of Starlight's going away, and then goes, nah, just kidding, in the last, literally the last minute.
Yeah, she's going away, she's gonna go away, she's gonna go away. Haha, she's not, gotcha.
Yeah,
really?
That's kind of a problem, knock against it. There's also this kind of, there's a couple little weird continuity things in that all of a sudden the main 6 remain 5, as people have been calling them, are kind of, suddenly they're super good friends before Twilight showed up, which wasn't really the case, but that was a weird thing, and that there was just,
I think that when combined with the fact that Celestia was teaching horrible math I think we can gloss over that.
We can gloss over that. We can, but it was just that was a little weird.
Accurate.
But it was nice seeing. This episode did deliver Celestia and Twilight stuff that I've been wanting for a long time. So because of that, it got itself up this high. But there's still big enough problems that it wasn't able to get much higher.
Yeah, I put it down just because it felt almost intentional. Like an intentional
I can see that.
But yeah, I mean, you could bring it up higher in my own mind just because there was really good points. I mean, we got the Celestia. We've been asking for more backstory and more in-depth personality on Celestia, and this was the first step on that.
Also, Twilight is basically a walking VR simulator.
Which isn't the first time we've seen that. I mean, she went more in depth than Trixie did with the little screen.
Oh yeah, Trixie just did a screen. That's basically Trixie's a walking TV screen. Twilight's a VR simulator. Ain't that cool?
That can have problems. Just look at the Star Trek holodecks.
It's fine.
Just wait till she accidentally turns off her safety protocols. So number 6, I put not asking for trouble.
Oh, we basically swapped those then.
Basically.
Okay. Sure, why not?
I thought this was, not asking for trouble for me. I mean, Pinky wasn't hyper annoying like in and rock solid friendship. She was a lot better in this episode. I mean, like, night and day better in my opinion. She wasn't hyper annoying. I mean, there's a couple of her standard antics, like the stuff in the hot air balloon going back and forth.
Right.
But yeah, I thought this was a lot better. This was a good Pinky episode in my opinion. For Pinky. Pinky's not my favorite. More favorite than Rarity, but not my favorite. But I thought this was a good one for her.
Right, okay. All right, so number 5, I put a flurry of emotions. And that's more or less, it made Flurry Heart somewhat likable. I mean, I'm still like a little annoyed, like, she doesn't need to be an alicorn, but, I mean, they took the character who was, like, literally pointless last season, and at least, okay, fine, she's not terrible. So it does prove that you can take a bad character, or I guess not well done character, and make them better. But yeah, it's just it was nice. It was a Twilight episode. We got to see Twilight being an ant, and I still disagree with this that I still think the moral's a little weird, but it was still an enjoyable episode.
Yeah.
Overall, it was just fun seeing Twilight go around with I guess her niece. Who, again, they did improve the niece a lot over season 6. So there you go.
Number 5 is where I put Honest Apple.
Oh.
Which is odd. Because it's Rarity and fashion. But it had less focus on Rarity and fashion than it did on Applejack.
Yeah.
So, I don't know why it went up there. I just felt like it should have been up there more.
Because Rarity.
Sorta, I guess. Also, Rarity shredding was absolutely incredible.
Yep.
On
2-string guitar.
Yes. How do you do that with hose? We'll never know. Yeah, I just thought it was enjoyable, I guess. But again, like I keep having to say, these could all be swapped. That's how close these all are.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's where it went. For basically the same reasons, I just liked them a little bit more than you did.
Right. Okay. Number 4, though, I put Hard to Say Anything. The Big Mac Sugar Bell episode. It's just, this one was just because it was fun. It was really just fun watching Big Mac being a doofus. Being CMC leading him to being a doofus. Just a lot of it, the realistic, I guess, the interaction between about Apple Bloom and Big Mac just kind of being siblings. The goofy song with it, that was great to see. It's just a lot of fun, and also showing that, hey, yeah, it's I guess also killed all the Big Mac ships in one fell swoop.
That was awesome.
Also, Sugar Bell was nice, just because of there's a lot of stuff she really liked that shelf. So there's that. Also the other guy, the Featherbang, that's what it was.
Justin Bieber / Gaston, depending on which aspect you're looking at.
He was kind of fun to watch. That whole thing. Just
Vincent Tong did an amazing job. That is like Vincent's character.
Yeah, so it was actually a lot of fun. I just really enjoyed it. It was very silly and also the CMC also doing this disguise thing and deciding, oh hey, we can use this fairy tale storybook too.
That'll work.
That'll work perfectly fine. That's kind of like that.
Why the heck did Big Mac go along with that?
I don't know, it's kid logic. I think this is one of those Big Mac being a desperate doofus. Just one with it's like, why not? It will work, right?
It'll work. It will work. It should work. Yeah. For number 4, I put Flurry of Emotions.
Okay.
So just higher. One up from yours, just a little bit, for basically all the same reasons. It was fun. It was enjoyable seeing Flurry and actually, a decently used the character properly, and just seeing the interaction between Twilight and all of that. It was just a lot of fun. Yeah, it really was. Like, you basically listed everything, and yeah, the moral at the end was a little. I think they missed. I don't think that's because I remember what we mentioned in our episode about it. I think that wasn't their intention, but I think it came across in a way they didn't intend.
Yeah,
which isn't the first time that's happened.
No, it's not.
But yeah, I still thought it was really enjoyable.
Right. I almost forgot about that, the art gallery thing.
Yes, the art gallery. Is this art or a mistake?
Or just shining our peas, her favorite. Peas, her favorite. Yeah, they're basically showing parents are pretty much running at this point purely on caffeine and nothing else.
Yep.
Number 3.
Yep.
This is going to be probably just a little bit of controversy. This is where I put a royal problem.
Really?
Yeah, number 3.
At number 3.
There was one point I remember I was making this list. I was considering putting it lower.
Really?
Yeah, it's like, ooh. Because I know a lot of people scream this one's the best episode of the season and stuff because when it came out and all of that stuff. And for me, it's a great episode overall. I mean, there's a lot of stuff to like about it. I mean, Celestia finally got an extensive role. Luna also got an extensive role, which we've already seen that before, so it's not very special anymore. But see Celestia and Luna interacting.
Did you just say Luna's not that special anymore?
Yeah. Well, she's not.
Wow.
Oh, a Luna episode is not special anymore.
Wow.
Because it's we got so many.
We're going to get flamed so hard for that. Thank you.
Come at me, bro. You know what I mean.
Yeah, I know.
We've already got
we need more
6 of them now.
We need more Celestia.
Versus Celestia, we've finally got 2. But so the interaction between the two sisters is great, just because we didn't get to see too much of that before, or it's very except for the last time we really saw was Slice of Life, and that was very brief. We finally get to see them being sisters and stuff. We got to see Luna eating fruit wrong.
That was amazing.
Stuff like that. And of course Daybreaker. It just, again, Starlight brings it down just because she's not. I find her to be a boring character, so her being there just brings the whole thing down. And I'm not gonna let up on that just because someone tells me I should. I'm not going to.
But you should.
But I won't. And I shouldn't. So it's just she's boring and she brings it down. And I'm sorry. That's just what it is. It's because again I finally got something I want. Starlight's there too, because they have to sell Starlight to us for some reason. So I guess that's for me. Just she's there and she doesn't really help the episode really because of who she is. So that's why it goes down to 3 instead of being higher. Sorry.
Yeah, that's fine. My number 3 is Hard to Say Anything.
Oh,
right there.
Okay.
Yep.
All the same reasons.
Basically all the same reasons. It was really enjoyable. It was really fun and goofy.
Romantic rom-com, they can do it.
Yeah, it was great.
Oh, it's so if ever Jim Miller says we don't really like to do romance, just say Hard to Say Anything.
Hard to say, yes.
Just point
you
that
do.
out. Or
you've done it.
Soon.
Yes, we can't talk about that one yet.
Yeah. So yeah.
Not
much else to say about it.
I can predict your number 2. There's only 2 that you haven't talked about yet, and one of them is interesting.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to say it. Number 2, Forever Philly.
I'm now more surprised at your number 1.
Yeah. I'm surprised too. But yeah, Forever Philly, I put this one this high because I got it, so to speak. Sweetie Belle, it's the Sweetie Belle rarity, just there's a disconnect there now because just when did you grow up? That whole thing. And because a lot of people most of the fandom can understand Sweetie Belle's position very easily. The whole, you're treating me like a little kid. I'm not a little kid anymore. That sort of thing. Everyone's gone through that, I think, at some point or another. Not everyone has gone through what Rarity's gone through yet, especially in this fandom. I'd actually say a large chunk of this fandom simply hasn't gone through that yet, and I have. And so being able to see both perspectives of that, it kind of hits you really hard. Like, I have been in that position of the last time I saw you, or the last time I really interacted with you, you're really little and still playing with, smashing cars together and stuff on the floor. And now suddenly you're taking your driving test. So it's kind of like, it's that sort of thing. I can get that. And so for me, it just kind of one of those, it hit the right buttons. And I just this one really, hit me in a way that I wasn't really expecting it to. So that's why I put it so high.
Yeah, and I guess that's why I didn't, because both of those things I haven't ever dealt with.
Right.
I don't have any younger nieces or nephews that have grown up like that or anything. I don't interact with people enough with that, and I guess because you're a middle child.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also middle child, but I think I hit more of the traditional middle child that gets kind of ignored. I was never treated as a child because I was never treated as much of anything. Right. I've always just kind of been there. I've always been just kind of the weird one of the family, really.
Yeah, but
so I've never experienced being constantly treated like a child. Because I've always just done my own thing. So I don't have either side of those to work off of. So it didn't hit me.
Yeah. Because I just remember growing up, sometimes my dad would still treat me like I was really young because he was out to sea for a long time because he was in the Navy. So he'd just come back and so he was experiencing whatever he was experiencing in a sense like I'm just older than he remembers. And he's still trying to treat me like I'm a little kid. And it's like, because he was like still buying like Disney, like those weird movies, like remember, like Spy Kids, like that came out at a weird time, so like he bought it for us to watch. And I'm like, why? I'm not interested in this at all.
Yeah, I didn't get that. I have two.
So
Yeah.
for that, it's like I watched it just because he was excited to see us watch it. And that's the only reason. I had no interest in watching it, but I watched it because he bought it for us.
Yeah,
that was it. It's kind of like Sweetie Belle, but then there I'm at the other side of like I'm trying to, nieces or nephews, and then just like, and it's like I'm realize you're not a little kid anymore. That doesn't really work anymore, does it? You're not really interested in that, are you? So
Yeah.
I've been on both sides. So it's kind of like the impact, it's for me just so because of that, it hit me pretty hard. And it's kind of, it pulls at those strings.
Yeah, my oldest niece, my oldest nephew, I don't have any nieces, is like 5. So they're still in that young phase.
My oldest niece, the oldest of all my nieces and nephews, she's 25.
Yeah.
So
Almost as old as you.
Yeah. It's kind of the thing.
Yeah, and I never had that because, I have one older brother, and he was always the eldest that my dad always treated as, his eldest. And then I have 2 younger sisters that are twins, and they're always the babies. And I'm just the ignored middle child, basically. I didn't get anything like that.
Right.
Which I guess, looking back, may have been a good thing. Looking at how the rest of my family went. That's another story. So
what is your number 2?
I'm going to shock everyone.
Oh,
Parental
boy.
guidance.
Oh boy, this is
came in at number
shocker.
2. Now, again, this was really tough, figuring out the number 1 and number 2. And like I said, there were 3 episodes that weren't mixed with the rest of them on placement. All Bottled Up was at the bottom and guaranteed to be at the bottom. My 1 and 2 are guaranteed to be at the 1 and 2 and cannot be mixed with the rest of them. The gap between 1 and 2, between like 2 and 3, is a lot smaller than the gap between 10 and 11, though. All Bottled Up kind of falls way down there.
Right.
But this one is tough. I mean, this hits so many buttons for me. So many. It was amazing. This is an absolutely incredible episode. Adorable Scootaloo. Absolutely adorable Scootaloo. And I mean, it's a Dash episode, and we see Dash's parents. It is just so many good things about this episode. I just had one problem with it, and we talked about it during that episode. The sort of moral that they put into it really kind of set me off. The whole idea that came across, your problems aren't as big as others. You should just deal with them because your problems aren't as big as someone else's problems. That's what it came across as me as, and that's a really, really bad thing. So that's why I got knocked down off of number 1. Right. Is because really just that. I could even deal with the hyper annoying parents because they are like the super, what's the term for that? Over endearing, I guess. Over supportive,
overbearing.
Yeah, well, it's not really overbearing.
It's
a little bit overbearing, but different than the standard connotation of that term.
Overly enthusiastic.
Yeah, that would super set me off, just like it set Dash off. It would set me off too. But I could deal with that that's just the way they are, and that's fine as story writing. It's just that one aspect that comes across as, the whole Scootaloo's problems are worse. You shouldn't complain about yours.
Right.
You should just live with yours and deal with it. That is a horrible thing to say. I don't think that's what they intended, but that's what I got, and because of that, I got knocked down off of number 1.
Right. Okay.
But other than that, it's an absolute. I love that, and I really like her parents. I do. It's not who I wanted, but we weren't gonna get that anyway.
Right. Yeah. No Firefly for you.
No Firefly for me.
Good. Anyway, yeah, so you probably figured out by now if you've been keeping track. Number 1, I actually put parental guidance.
Yes, which is surprising.
Yeah, this whole list is full of shockers.
This is like you put a Dash episode. This is the first time you've ever put a Dash episode at number 1.
I think of it as a Scootaloo episode.
It's a Scootaloo episode. You put a Scootaloo episode at number 1. That's still shocking.
I don't dislike Scootaloo that much.
Isn't she like your least favorite CMC though?
That doesn't mean I don't like her. This means the other 2 are better.
I'll give you that. Just because Rarity's at the bottom of my list.
The thing about this one, we like the same things for kind of different reasons. I mean, you were talking about how adorable Scootaloo is. I'm just that Scootaloo is funny. I was thinking Scootaloo was funny. That was why I was liking it. It wasn't so much about being adorable as well much just like the way she was acting was just often just hilarious. Just like shoving a sandwich into a scrapbook because it was the same sort of sandwich Dash would eat, or just trading with her mom for Dash's diaper. Like
that was creepy.
So weird.
That was just creepy. It was so hilarious and creepy.
Yeah, it was so weird. I couldn't help but laugh at it. Just stuff like that. It's just a lot of that stuff. I was watching Dash's parents, watching Dash get just so, oh God, please stop. Just watching that was pretty funny. Dash's parents were great. Yes, it's like, I get it. Now I understand why Dash is so arrogant. But,
I had different ideas on that,
I know,
too.
exactly. See, it had the same
a
things,
couple
but
of my
liked
head
it for
canons.
different reasons. So it's like that. Yeah, I know there was that whole weird thing you were talking about. I didn't really get hit by as hard by it. I didn't really notice it as hard as you did, so that didn't really wasn't really such a detriment to me. So I mean, it's still a problem, yeah, but it's not such a oh whoa, that doesn't really bring it down for me that much, because it doesn't really, I kind of like whatever. I'm just like whatever and gloss right over it. So it's like I just really liked it. It kind of was a big deal just because I guess the final set of parents we get to see just a lot of stuff. It's just Scootaloo was just being hilarious. The parents were hilarious. It was a really funny episode for me. So that's why it's number one.
It really was good.
Even Dash couldn't hurt it that much.
Yeah, I think the reason why that little point hit me more than you is because it is Dash, because it seemed to be directed against Dash, not for, but against Dash. And anytime you have you like a character, anytime you have an investment in character, anything that happens against them, you feel that a little bit more. It's like when anything bad happens to Twilight, you feel it more than I do.
I mean, like how Twilight's been kind of shoved in the background for a bit.
And I noticed that, but it affects you more than it affects me. So it's one of those things. I think that's why I noticed it and I knocked it down because
of
more than you did.
Number one is then.
Yes, everyone should know what my number one is, and I did put a royal problem because I'm not as against Starlight as you are. So it didn't. Because I remember when we were talking about this episode way back when it came out, you and I were going back and forth and contesting on how bad Starlight actually was, and I didn't think she was all that bad, and I think she was actually a proper use of her character in this. Or you were a bit more, she was unnecessary.
I just think also she's boring.
Yeah, for this one, I think, well, I agree she could have been better. She was kind of, could have been a little bit better, but I still think everything
she's
else.
Just a boring character.
Yeah. But again,
removing all the crap around her.
But again, I'm not as against her as you, so it didn't bring this down. So it let the Celestia Luna interaction just be so much better. And I thought it was just absolutely incredible. The Daybreaker Nightmare Moon part was just absolutely amazing. I loved the action scene. The funny parts with Luna and the pineapple, that was amazing. And the banana peel, it just, it was a great episode. I really enjoyed it.
Right.
I just really did.
This is full of surprises.
Yes, full of surprises. I didn't put a Dash episode at number one, and he did.
Scootaloo episode.
It's a Dash episode.
Scootaloo episode.
Dash's parents.
Scootaloo, though.
They're all one family. It's all one family. Yes, even Scootaloo. It's the reason I bought that.
Now we need to see Scootaloo's parents. Or not.
Oh, boy.
Oh,
boy.
I mean, they've already gone one. They're going to go there soon.
I want to see it. I really want to see it. It's not happening this season.
No.
Because we already know everything for this season. We already know the synopses and stuff. Unless they throw something in that we haven't seen.
Like Uncommon Bond still doesn't have a synopsis.
Oh, right. Uncommon Bonds doesn't. Oh.
I wonder what that is.
I don't know. We only know the title.
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh, man. I want to see how they do it. I really do. But yeah, lots of surprises on that one. So I think that's enough about that. We can move on to fan content.
We're
probably running way ahead of time.
We are.
But let's do this thing. Fan content. I've got 3 picks for you this week. First one is a name some of you might recognize. Some of you might not. It hasn't been around for a couple years. But this is DJ Gustaf's Night Out 17. This is a simple and calm trance mix, and it's got a really nice flow and beat to it. There's not a huge amount else I can say about it. It's just your standard smooth, mellow trance, but I liked it. I thought it was pretty good.
Right.
Apparently, this has like been in the works. He's had like little bits of it working on since like 2015, but then he disappeared for a while for I think medical reasons.
Yeah, some parts of the song have very heavy synthwave elements to it. Synthwave, it's basically, it sounds like it came out of the 80s.
Yeah.
If you don't know. It came out of the 80s.
80s, 90s synths.
Mostly 80s.
Mostly 80s, but a little bit of the early 90s stuff too.
And also, there's also bits of it that sound a lot like a DJ Tiesto song.
Yeah.
Particularly because this reminds me of that Adagio for Strings thing he did. Not a bad thing.
Not a bad thing.
I mean, I do like it, so it's just kind of, huh. Okay, sure.
Yep. Hopefully we'll get more soon. Hopefully they are actually back and can stay back. Anyway, next one. I have Faulty and Bank Payne's remix of Dance Magic. I love the intro, the little tape thing that they do on the intro for this one. It was really cool. I love it when they do this stuff. This is a really fun and bouncy, uplifting, happy take on it. You can definitely hear Banks' influence on it. He likes his bass and stuff like that. But it was really well done, really energetic, really bouncy. It was just a really good remix.
Yeah, I also liked the beginning. That was also pretty crazy. Although it was weird, towards the end, there's really not much left of the original song. By the end, you get to the end, and it's like it kind of stopped sounding like the song it's supposedly a remix of. So it's like, huh?
It was still an obvious remix in the beginning,
Yeah,
and as long as it still sounds good, that's all that really matters.
I know, it's
right?
kind of like weird because, like, have you ever heard a song go off the rails?
It still sounds good though.
Yeah, I guess.
You guess.
It's fine.
Wow.
I'm just like, yeah, it's fine. It had a cool intro and all this stuff, but it's fine.
Anyway, last one I got is Neverlast Standing's Forever and Always. This is a happy and uplifting feeling to this one. I like that. It's upbeat as well without being super hyper. So I like when it's not super bouncy all over the place, but still got a nice upbeat feel to it. And it actually gives me a little bit of a Fuzogs vibe. Some of his stuff. It gives me a little bit of a Fuzogs vibe, especially with the vocal choppings, which were done fairly well. That's what it reminds me of. And it was really well done. I did like this one.
Yeah, you're right about the Fuzogs thing. I was listening to it. Like,
it reminds me of something. What is that? But yeah, it reminds me of Fuzogs a little bit, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
Fuzogs is great.
Yeah, the vocal splicing is great, and I like the general sound of it. So, yeah, I mean, I was wondering about this. Like, it was a while for I was like, took a while for the vocal splicing to kick in, though. That's for sure. I think it's like not till you get like halfway through the song for the vocal splicing hit. So it's there, just not pure instrumental. I thought it was actually pure instrumental initially, or almost pure instrumental, and then no, okay, there it is. There it is. Okay.
No, I only have one pure instrumental this time.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one's actually off of an album release. Like in These Beats Beats Me 3, the one this one came off of. So there's a lot of stuff like this, good stuff on that album, so go check it out.
Right. Anyway.
Yes, so that's the music. Fanfics. What do we got?
Yes, fanfiction. First off, update. This actually updated while we were at TrotCon. Second Chances, a redemption story, updated with a new chapter and an apology from the author just saying, yeah, I got stuck. It happens. I understand.
It happens.
But anyway, in this chapter, what happened at the end of the last chapter was, the rest of the humane 7 saw Adagio with Twilight. And Twilight revealed she knew Adagio was a siren. she asked around. She found out. It wasn't hard for her to piece together. And she's like, she's still my friend. Meanwhile, yeah, Adagio's like, oh, okay. And so it's a lot of the chapters more or less Adagio kind of trying to get along sort of with the Humane Seven and not totally succeeding because, surprise, a lot of them don't really like her and she doesn't like them. Also more feelings.
Feelings.
From
all the
Adagio.
feelings.
And hints that things may be not going so great between Twilight and Timber.
And you're happy about that one.
Oh, yeah.
Woohoo!
Also, it would open a door for an interesting ship we don't usually see very often. So,
which is where this seems to be going anyway.
Well, maybe unless
something happens.
Have also been hints towards Adagio and Sugarcoat.
Right.
So we'll see. Because I'm like, my thing, are you going to just every other chapter just constantly switch which one is the what you're hinting towards until it's almost like, are you even sure which way you're going to end it yet? Or are you just kind of swapping over until you decide?
Watch, it's both.
Oh, no.
Not certain how that one worked.
Anyway, yeah,
anyway, yeah.
It's another chapter. So we'll see if we get more soon. Although apparently our curse strikes again. Took it a while, but it's understandable.
I hate our curse.
Anyway, featured fic though. I have a new one. It's a Choose Your Own Adventure Lost Pony by David Silver. It's the reason I chose this was I used to read those books all the time when I was a kid, and so like seeing this Choose Your Own Adventure thing and even making the fic artwork reminiscent of the old covers of those books, just kind of hit the right button. And it's very simple. It's only 4,000 words. That's if you read all the different paths, because you read it straight through, you're doing it wrong.
Yeah.
Follow the directions. So it's actually it's a very simple story. It's not a whole lot to it. Well, stories, I should say. It's not a whole lot to it, but it's kind of fun. I like it. It's just kind of like it hit as nostalgia. It's kind of nostalgia. It's one of those times where I think you're allowed to get away with second person with this sort of thing because it's kind of what they are.
You have to be second person
so
with those.
It's kind of what they are. So it's fine. And so I liked it just because of that. It kind of hits a nostalgic button for me.
It was all right. It was super simple. That's about all I can say. It was okay.
I think I might have seen one before, but you don't really see this sort of thing in fanfic. So
no, you should go to 4chan. They're all over the place, though.
Oh,
yeah, they have CYO threads, Anon and Equestria and stuff like that all over that.
Go to 4chan.
Don't have to. They pop up on the images because they used images and they pop up on Derpy Bro.
Of course.
If you ever see the CYOA stuff on Derpy Bro, that's where it came from. It's all 4chan threads.
Whatever. I don't really look at it, but yeah. I liked it. Just because, nostalgia. Yeah, a lot. Those stories are also pretty simple, too, so it kind of follows along with it. I wish there was a little bit more to the branching path stuff. I wish there was a little more, but I'm not going to try to. It's like, I would, and each individual chapter is very short, because that's kind of how it was. You'd, read a page and tell you, make your choice, and then you'd make your choice and then see what happened next.
Yeah.
So I like that. Yeah, so do it how you're supposed to. Don't read straight through it, you dork.
That's not how you do it. You use the links.
And I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's a bug or if FimFiction has, but it was not marking them as read, even though I read them all.
You too. I noticed that as well. It wasn't marking them as read. I had to go and manually mark it.
Anyway, I liked it just because
it was all right.
Nostalgia.
I'm not as heavy on the nostalgia part as you are, but it was okay. So yeah, if that's the end of fanfics, I guess that's the end of the episode. So yeah, that was a lot to go through.
Yeah, we had a lot to go through.
That was a really long episode. It won't happen again, and watch it happens again. It's not the first time it's happened.
It won't happen next week.
Next week should be fine. But yes, if for some reason you did actually enjoy listening to that huge amount of words, you can find all of our episodes, past, future, present, at pony411.libsyn.com. So go there, find all of them, download them, all sort of good stuff. You can also find us on iTunes, search for Pony411. Go give us 5 stars, subscribe to us there, it'll auto-download. You can also find us on Stitcher, Stitcher.com, or on the mobile apps. Just search for us, you know our name. You can also find us on YouTube, youtube.com/Pony411. So, like, comment, subscribe, all that sort of stuff that you're supposed to do on YouTube or whatnot. You can also find us on Google Play. So go to Google Play Music, apparently, because you have to go to this.
Play.google.com/music.
Yeah, which is weird that you have to go to that other place to find podcasts. And then just search for us, Pony 411, and we are there.
Trust us.
Yes, we are. We are also on Ponyville Live, so if you check out some other podcasts, you can find us there as well. They have a whole bunch of different shows that we're part of. It will update whenever our YouTube page updates. We also air on Ponyville FM every Tuesday, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, so tune in. If you would like to contact us, you can email us. We are pony411podcast@gmail.com. So send us comments, criticisms, suggestions, questions, whatever you want, email us. We will attempt to respond to you there. You can also find us on Facebook, facebook.com/pony411. Go like our page. We'll post updates to that page when they happen. So if you use Facebook, you can find us there. You can also get a hold of us on Twitter. It is probably the best way for quick little communications. It's @pony411. Follow us, tweet us, see us tweet. Just say hi, whatnot.
Hello.
DM us. That works. We're there. You can also find us on our personal Twitter accounts. I am @Alca7raz with a 7 instead of a T and an underscore at the end, and he is @NemesisPrime1.
I got TrotCon for
Yes.
Transformers.
He's big.
Yes, he's very large.
Very large.
For you.
I still haven't seen it.
But you shouldn't buy him at $150.
Apparently not.
If you watch my review, which I should be posting soon, you should watch my Transformers review, is what I'm saying.
Shameless self-plug.
Why not?
Though I did think I
Because
detected
I
a little
can.
bit of shame there. Shame.
No shame.
But yes, those are our personal accounts. Follow us there whenever we happen to tweet. So yes, that's the end of the episode. I hope you liked what you heard. We hope you tune in to our next episode. Yes, like he mentioned, he does reviews. We also do reviews on
Our own.
our own stuff. We do toy reviews when they actually happen. We haven't done any recently, but go check those out. So yes, as I was attempting to say, hope you liked what you heard, and we hope you tune in next week when we talk about something.
Let's talk about something.
We'll figure something out.
We're out one thing because we're actually on a good roll here. We haven't had to take any breaks this hiatus because of things.
Yes, we have 1 week where you have to figure something out, and we're back to normal with new episodes.
And it's fine. It all worked out in the end, didn't it?
We'll figure it out. We're good. We'll do something. He'll figure out something because it's his job.
It's my job.
Yes, he gets to talk about it. So yes, until then though, please remember, pony responsibly. See ya.
Goodbye.